So why D187? I feel that I'm part of the community outside of the 187. North Chicago, it's a city that I aspire to serve. I've fallen in love with the community and my students. I have a really good relationship with most of all my families from last year. And I feel that that's been helping me be a better teacher every day.
I came to D187 at a time when the world was changing. COVID had hit and I became a building sub, and I fell in love with everything. I fell in love with the building, I fell in love with the students. I found purpose. I found that my attendance mattered. And what I meant by that is me coming to work impacted how my students felt. They were happy to see me, and I was happy to see them, and they waited to come running in the room and tell me something, and all that it just was so nice.
So I decided on D187. It was actually already an established partnership between National Louis and D187. So when I saw that there was an opening for a residency position, it was a perfect fit to find something in close proximity to where I already lived. I was born 5 miles from here, 5 miles north of here. I've lived my entire life in the area. My family still lives in North Chicago. They've worked at Abbey. So this is where I'm from.
I decided to do the residency program after it was introduced to me because I liked the way it was set up. I liked that it gave me real life application. I liked that it gave me a mentor and just hands-on training. And I felt that I needed that because I was coming from a different career. I had never been a teacher before, and I wanted to make sure I was doing a good job because that's kind of my personality. So the residency program allowed me to have a mentor, the mentor to teach me, talk to me, and I felt like I had a community of people that were there to help me. The principal would give me feedback, the teachers would give me feedback, they would allow me to come into their classrooms and watch and shadow, and because I was able to do that, that showed me a lot of different styles, it showed me a lot of different ways to do the same thing, and it helped me form the type of teacher that I am.
The residency program I actually found on accident. I had been looking for a program to go back to school for education. I'd been looking at other remote equivalents, and I stumbled across this in an advertisement from D187 that was teamed up with National Louis. And when I did more research, National Louis handles all the logistics, all the course load, all the pacing. They do everything for you. There was no guesswork on my end. They found the classes, the teachers, the programs, they handled all logistics. And the big part was, if you did this on your own through another online program, you have to find a district that will take you on your own. National Louis and the residency program handles all of this for you. It's a legit one-stop shop. The directors from National Louis were outstanding. I had met all of them at great length, and this is a perfect fit. This is a great program if you want to make a change and really make a difference.
So I decided to do the residency program because I wanted to fulfill my dreams. Since I was little, I always wanted to be a teacher. I just never had the opportunity. After my 3-year-old was born, I decided that I wanted to be the teacher I want for my son. So ever since, I enjoy building relationship with my students, with my fellows. Also, the student teaching, even though it was over COVID, it played a critical role how I wanted to be as a teacher.
So in the program, I learned a lot of teaching fundamentals. I learned a lot of basics about education. I learned some very advanced things about education, but I also learned a lot about myself. This program was extremely challenging, but I think it produces a better teacher. It was a lot of coursework, a lot of reading, but they have to do that in order to produce a competent teacher in 1 year. So you will learn lots of educational and teacher aspects, but you'll learn about yourself in that you can actually do this.
What I learned from the program is that hard work makes a huge impact and change. For example, my assignments increase my knowledge in topics. I learned that I needed to create a safe space for my students where they can share without being judged. I also wanted to influence them by being loved. I wanted them to contribute positivity, compassion between them, and having a healthy environment.
I learned in the program how to be a teacher. I learned how to not just teach, but to explain things well. I would understand something myself, but I had a hard time explaining it in the beginning. The program showed us ways to create a lesson plan and make sure that there's step-by-step in the lesson plan.
I feel that I'm always thinking about my students and more what I can do. I want to say that right now my life is amazing. I love my job and the environment. I enjoy coming to work every day. I have developed an amazing relationship with my students and the families. And also outside of D187, I have an amazing relationship with my families and the students.
So what does my life look like now? That's also a good question. I am a third grade teacher. I am actually proud to tell people that I'm an educator. I feel like it's like a superpower. Like I can empower and help the future. I love the work-life balance that I have. I mean, that's kind of an obvious thing too because of our schedule. It's nice and it allows me to still do other things that I want to do. I've made some really good connections with my coworkers, with parents, with my students. I've made good connections with parents and they just have really thanked me. And that feels good. That it's a nice feeling to know that when you wake up in the morning and you try to hurry up and get to, you're appreciated, and that feels nice.
So since completing this program, I am now a learning behavior specialist for the middle school in D187. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I oversee math and science. And since starting this program and teaming up with D187 and North Chicago in January of 2020, I have not stopped going to school. It has motivated me to continue my education even farther to benefit the district, myself, and the students. I am getting additional endorsements. I'm pursuing an EDS, which is an educational specialist, which is even furthering myself and the district. I went from having just a job to now having a career I'm very proud of, and I think I'm actually doing really well.